Hello everyone, welcome to a new reading vlog. Happy Monday. So this day has kind of gotten away from me, not in the fact that like I haven't really done anything or anything like that, but it's already 3 p.m. and that just, I didn't realize that. I've been up for a long time, but it's already 3. I'm trying to find my book because I had it with me. Oh, it's right behind me. So I have started a new book because last week on Sunday I finished, which was yesterday now, but I finished reading Blood for Blood, the sequel to Wolf by Wolf, and it like absolutely blew my mind. But next I knew I wanted to try and start with a fantasy. So I went back and looked at my September TBR and tried to pick something off of there. So I have started with House of Salt and Sorrows by Erin A. Craig. This is a 12 Dancing Princesses retelling, but it's like a gothic, creepy, dark version. So I feel like it's good to get me into the fall mood. It's been really chilly lately and we've been experiencing a very early fall. So I felt like it felt like the appropriate time to just get into the cozy fall mood and read something that's a little bit spooky and just, you know, fits the fall vibes, an atmospheric read, if you will. So I have actually already started this. I am on page 31 and I will say it actually has sucked me in like pretty much immediately. I definitely am getting the atmosphere here and I'm loving getting to know the characters. Like, you start off with one of the sisters' funerals because the 12 Dancing Princesses, there's 12 sisters and they're at this manor and it's in like this ocean island fantasy world, but they stay in this manor all the time and there's only 7 sisters left because the other ones, I can't do math. Is that 8? No, that was the dumbest thing that I've ever said. The other 5? The other 5. Yes, I don't know. Okay, there was 12 and now there's 7 and I can't do math right now. My brain is not working. That's so embarrassing. But the other sisters who have died, they died. That's what is happening. I was going to say the other sisters who have survived, but okay. Some of the sisters have died, but they've all died under like kind of mysterious circumstances. Like the latest one to die was definitely mysterious, so our main character is kind of like, what's going on here? But obviously 30 pages in, I can't really form an opinion, but I do want to say I'm loving it so far. Like, that definitely might and probably will change, but I don't know. It's just like, it has completely pulled me in. So I'm going to take today and probably do a lot of reading. That's actually what I'm going to go and do now, is some more reading, because I'm just like completely sucked into this story. So I'm really happy about that. I'm hoping I will be able to get back to fantasy and this book will be the book that will help me do it. But I've been working on making my schedule and making it a little bit less hectic, so then I will have more days like today where I can focus on some reading. So that's going to be my goal for this week and we'll see how that goes. I am actually still listening to Ironcast by Destiny Soraya on audio. I haven't had a lot of listening time. I will listen when I'm making dinner like I usually do, so I might start trying to listen to an audiobook while I'm working out. I just find that like I like listening to music that kind of pumps me up more so than an audiobook, but I might, like while I'm doing cardio, try out an audiobook so then I can make decent progress, because I do want to start with Shiny Broken Pieces, like I was saying, because that audiobook is now available to me. Also, I think if I do end up finishing this week, then I am probably going to move on to Cemetery Boys by Aiden Thomas. I just feel like I kind of want some spooky reads right now. Like, I'm kind of wanting the fall vibe to get a head start on that, so then it's not October and I'm not like trying to fit in all of these spooky books. But now I'm going to go and take some more time to read. So I just want to take a second while my hair is freshly washed to talk about the sponsor for this week's reading vlog, Function of Beauty. Function of Beauty is the shampoo and conditioner that I use. It's super cool because it's personalized for you. So like it says, Function of Hailey on here, because it is my own personal formula. What you do is you fill out a 2-minute quiz, you pick 5 hair goals, you say what your hair type is, frizz, and you can even pick the color. Like I picked purple and blue this time. Last time I got both purple, but I decided to switch it up a little bit, and you can choose the scent and the strength of your scent. So I got the peach scent, which smells so good, and I also got it in strong because I really like smelling good and I like a strong scent, but it's not overpowering or overwhelming at all. It's like the perfect level of scent. So for my own hair goals, I picked curl definition, obviously, because my hair is kind of the in-between curly and wavy, so I really like having that definition to help out. Anti-frizz, deep condition, shine, and lengthen, because I would like my hair to be just a little bit longer. Now, in addition to these, I also got the hair mask, which is so great. Like my hair feels so soft. I don't use it all the time, but I used it today and it just feels soft and just moisturized, which is a big deal because my curly hair is generally pretty dry. Their formulas not only can be customized, but they are also paraben-free, sulfate-free, no GMOs, no toxins, and they are 100% vegan and cruelty-free, which is amazing. So you can follow the link in my description box down below to get 20% off of your first order. I highly recommend it. They also have come out with body wash and lotion, and I am so excited about it. I just love the pump tops. It makes it so easy. Like this lotion is not sticky at all. It is amazing, and I got a formula. This, once again, you can customize the formula, so you take a 1-minute quiz and you say your skin type and everything, and you can pick the color. I picked yellow for the lotion and pink for the body wash, and they're really pretty pastel colors. You can't see them very well here, but I swear they are very beautiful. But I got the formula for dry skin because, especially going into fall and winter, my skin gets super dry, so anything that can help to moisturize it is what I need. So thank you once again to Function of Beauty for sponsoring this week's reading vlog. I'm so excited to share these products with you guys, so definitely check out that link in the description box down below. Hello, happy Tuesday. So I'm here with Sputnik, who is trying to help me work so kindly. She just like has to sit there whenever I'm here. She comes in and she's like, yo, what's up? She's so cute though, and she's so happy. She's purring so much. You just are thrilled to be here, but it is mildly inconvenient because the keyboard is on the other side of her. So I'm trying to like edit. It's not working out well, but hello, happy Tuesday. I did quite a bit of reading yesterday. I am shook. I did quite a bit of reading of a freaking fantasy. So I have actually read this morning as well. I'm like dying to pick this book up. I have no clue what's going to happen or like where it's going, so super intrigued by it. I'm loving the writing too. It's very atmospheric, but just the writing is really nice. So I'm on page 160 now. I was on page 135 this morning, and I will be definitely reading a little bit later. I just have a couple of things that I want to check off of my to-do list, but then I'm definitely going to make some time for reading. But we're starting to get to the 12 Dancing Princesses sort of parts. Sorry, Sputnik is trying to play with the like camera strap. She's having a blast trying to get to it. But I have read one 12 Dancing Princesses retelling before, and it was Entwined by Heather Dixon, and I liked that one a lot. I don't exactly remember what happened, but I can't remember if I've actually read the 12 Dancing Princesses fairy tale, like the original Brothers Grimm one before. I don't know, but I might actually try and read that after I finish reading this, because I think that might be kind of fun. I think there may have been a Barbie movie about it. I can't really remember, but I was reading before bed last night for quite a while, but I did end up putting it down because I was getting creeped out, because it does definitely have a horror element to it. I was expecting it to be a little bit more mild than it has been. Like, there hasn't been a ton of it, but there's definitely been parts that were creeping me out, especially like just it being night and I'm trying to read it and I was just in my bed by myself, so it just seemed like extra creepy. So I decided to put it down and go to bed. I'm going to try and finish it before my boyfriend goes on his midnight schedule, and then I'll be sleeping by myself at night and it will just be terrifying. So I'm going to try and finish it before that so that I won't be all creeped out and I will be able to actually read it. And I think I probably, like, just depending on the other things that I have to do, should have a pretty good chance of doing that, because it's pretty addicting. Like, I'm reading it really quickly. So I'm going to get to the other stuff that I have to do now, so then I can read some more later, because I definitely want to do that. Hello. So I was not expecting today to go how it did. I ended up starting planning for Bookmas because one of my things to do today was to start planning for November videos because I want to get ahead on things like I've been saying a million times. But I was like getting stressed out. I was like, Bookmas is almost here because like really it is. It doesn't seem like it is, but November is when I start filming for Bookmas, like the beginning of November. So it's almost here, like getting ready for it and everything. Oh my goodness. So I started planning for Bookmas and then into January. And I'm trying to figure out if I want to do a video every day of December or if I wanted to do every other day. Right now I'm going to do every day. I have a lot of good ideas, but I'm still trying to think of some. So if you guys have any, like if you don't know what Bookmas is, this will be my 6th year of doing it. And it's basically I do a bunch of videos in December, kind of wrapping up the year, but also just festive Christmassy videos. So if you have any ideas for like bookish challenges, Christmassy bookish challenges, please leave them down below because I really want to try and think of more videos like that because I have a lot of stuff for like wrapping up my end of the year reads, but I also want more of those kind of fun and festive videos. But I have also been reading, so I haven't let that slip. I have read almost my 100 pages today, so really excited about that. I'm on page 227. I will say I find that what I've read today wasn't quite as exciting as yesterday's reading, but I am still really liking this. So originally I had actually wanted to plan out a couple of videos that I'm going to be filming later in the week today, but I think I might move that to another day and do a little bit of reading. Actually, I'm not gonna be able to do a ton more reading because my boyfriend and I are gonna watch Star Wars, so tomorrow I will get to more reading, but I am going to read like 10 more pages so then I can officially get to my 100 page. I'm pretty sure every vlog clip so far this week has been from like this spot or like slightly this way or like over there. So basically everything has been in my office. Sorry for that, but I am currently having dinner, which is poutine tonight. So it's poutine with Montreal smoked meat on top, and it is delicious. I'm being very Canadian today, but I have yet to vlog today because it's been a very busy day of reading. So you would think that I would update more, but I just haven't. So I finished 2 books today and I'm gonna finish my poutine and then I'm gonna talk to you about them. Hopefully I'll remember to. I just wanted to do a little poutine update. So you're welcome. Moving to my floor now. So obviously the 2 books that I finished are the books that I was presently reading. So I finished Ironcast by Destiny Soria. I think that's how the audiobook said it. I've been saying it wrong. And then also The House of Salt and Sorrows. No, just House of Salt and Sorrows by Erin A. Craig. That was a mess. So I finished listening to this audiobook in the morning. I was listening to it while I was working out. I've been trying to do that because then I'll get like a lot of listening time in, and I'm not sure if I will always do that because sometimes I do like some pump up music, but I enjoyed this. I did have like a couple issues with it, but I thought it was a lot of fun, a really great fall kind of Halloween-y read because there's illusions and stuff. It definitely reminds me a lot of The Diviners, and I think that comparison kind of hurts me in a way because I liked The Diviners so much, so this had a lot to live up to because it's a pretty sort of similar story. Like there's sort of ghosty, murdery things that are happening, a sort of mystery going on, and you also have this sort of speakeasy vibe. So I don't think that's entirely fair to compare the two. They both were great stories in their own right. Like I had a lot of fun listening to this one. I liked learning more about the relationship between the characters. I just think that as individuals, they were kind of, I don't want to say cookie cutter, but they were very similar. Like I would keep on getting them mixed up, which I think was where it ultimately hurt me the most listening to this. It was very hard to tell who was who. And maybe if I had decided to go with physically reading it, that may not have been so much of a problem, but I liked the audiobook narration, so I decided to continue listening to it. But I also found it jumped right into the story, and that was a little bit confusing for me. So I think it was a solid like 3 out out of 5-star read, and I had a lot of fun. Like, I don't regret reading it. It's just not something, I think it's something that I'll forget. Now, on the other hand, House of Salt and Sorrows, I don't think I will be forgetting. I decided this morning that I was going to try and finish this one because I had about 150 pages left, and I did end up finishing it. So I finally have read a fantasy in 2020. Technically, I have read The Betrothed by Kiera Cass, but I don't really count that because it wasn't very fantastical and also wasn't very good. And yeah, I'm not counting that. But this is the first like straight up high fantasy that I've read. It didn't really have much of a magic system going to it, but it still counts, and I had a lot of fun with it. It was definitely creepy, unexpected, and super unique. A very dark fantasy. Once again, perfect for around this time of year. A great fall read. There were a lot of times I didn't know what was happening, and I just wanted to know what was going to happen and what was going on. There's definitely some unreliability here where you're like, who do I believe? And it was just a roller coaster of a read. So I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. I'm kind of torn between like a 4 or a 4.5 or like 4.25. So I kind of need to mull it over a little bit more, but I think it was a great book to start out with for getting back into fantasy. What do I want to read next? That is my big question. I have already started a new audiobook. So like I said, I am going to be listening to Shiny Broken Pieces, which is the second book of Tiny Pretty Things. And I started this one this morning, so I'm not very far into it, but we already have the introduction of a new character, a new perspective that wasn't in the first book but was mentioned, and I think that's going to be a really interesting addition to it. I was looking though, because the first book is being adapted into, I think it's a Netflix movie, but Netflix is adapting it, and I was looking at the cast list, like the characters are all completely different. Like their names are different. For a second I was like, is this the right, like what? So I'm definitely very skeptical about that. It kind of seems like they're going to be changing everything, but we shall see. I am so excited to be listening to this finally. So for my physical read, I believe at the beginning of the vlog I said that I was going to pick up Cemetery Boys by Aiden Thomas, but now I'm not so sure if this is what I want to pick up now. I'm kind of at that point where I don't know if I want to read some more of my like October fall time reads, or I just want to read whatever. So I also have Serious Moonlight by Jen Bennett that I'm debating on picking up, but this is a contemporary, so do I want to read another fantastical sort of story right now? We have When We Were Magic by Sarah Gailey, which is a contemporary, but it's about witches, so it's like a paranormal contemporary. And then I have Cinderella is Dead by Kaylin Bayron, which is another retelling and a fantastical retelling. So these are kind of the books that I'm like choosing between at the moment, but I also just like don't really know what I want to end up picking up. I did spend a lot of today reading already, so I'm not sure if I'm going to pick up a new book now. I have no clue what my plans are. I kind of think that I want to stick with fantasy, but I don't know. I think I need to think about it for a little bit and then see. I did also get a book in the mail actually, so I got Grown by Tiffany D. Jackson, which this cover is beautiful. Like the earring and everything. Oh my goodness. I love this cover. I love the color. Like totally love it. This yellow is beautiful, but I believe this is also a thriller, so maybe I'll pick this up. I honestly have no idea, obviously, so I'm gonna think about that for a little bit and report back once I choose. Hello everyone, happy Friday. So I didn't update yesterday, and today is a little bit later in the day, so it's about 5. I was hoping to film today, but I have like no energy. I'm so tired, and I don't really know why I'm so tired. Like, I went to bed at a normal time yesterday. I have been getting up early, but I have been getting a normal amount of sleep. I have been like waking up throughout the night, so maybe that's why, but I don't know. The point is I am exhausted and I don't really know why, so I'm postponing my filming until hopefully tomorrow. I do have like a few days to kind of figure that out because I'm like 2 weeks ahead on videos right now, so it's not so bad. But I have started a new book, so I have started with Serious Moonlight. I decided to go with this one because I felt like it seems like a good September read, because it's kind of like, it's a YA contemporary, which I like reading during the summer, but she's like a mystery novel aficionado. said that word really weirdly, but I feel like the mystery aspect of it, like I don't know if the story actually has a mystery to it, but I think that her liking mystery novels so much kind of adds a little October or fall-esque element to it. I could be just making that up, but I am about 50 pages into it. It definitely jumps right into the story, which is interesting for a contemporary, but I like it so far. Like 50 pages I feel like is really hard to say much about a contemporary. Now I am also listening to, trying to get my audiobook. Well, obviously this isn't the audiobook, but I am listening to Shiny Broken Pieces, and I'm a little bit further than where my bookmark is now. So I think I'm almost halfway through that, and I am having a good time listening to it. I don't think so far I'm quite enjoying it as much as the first one, but I think the first one, I just didn't know what to expect going into it, so it kind of had a lot of shock value going for it. And this one, I'm knowing everything and I know the characters and everything, but it's not that I'm not liking it, it's just like not quite as much as the first one right now. So I'm going to take some time to read more of this. I just barely have enough energy to read, so I'm going to try and take advantage of that and hopefully not fall asleep, because I can kind of see that happening at no fault of the books. It's just, it relaxes me a lot and I end up drifting off to sleep all the time when I'm reading, especially in bed. Hello everyone, happy Saturday. So this week has been a way more laid back week than I was actually expecting, but I finished my third book, so I'm really happy about that. So I finished Shiny Broken Pieces, which is the sequel to Tiny Pretty Things, and I didn't like this one as much as the first. I didn't dislike it, but it just, I don't think it had as much action and drama. And there was an addition or an introduction of a character that's mentioned in the first book, and I didn't feel like it was used to its full potential really until the end. But I don't know, I felt like a little bit more could have been done with that. However, there was some really interesting character development. I don't know if I necessarily agree with all the character development that happened and the trajectory that some of the characters went on, but there definitely was a lot of development for our three main characters. So I did think it was like a solid conclusion to everything, and I enjoyed it, but I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. The first one I gave like a 3.75, and I mean, it may also be because going into the first one I wasn't sure what to expect, and this one I knew what to expect, so I was kind of expecting a little bit more, so I was a bit let down by that. So right now I am reading more of Serious Moonlight. I feel like this is the perfect fall contemporary. I'm having a lot of fun reading it. I'm on page 154. I haven't done a lot of reading today, but yesterday I read 130 pages. I have been able to read 100 pages like every day this week. It's just, I don't know what the difference is from this week to others, but I'm excited about it. Now I'm kind of making my schedule, and next week I think for my reading vlog I'm going to try and read 100 pages every day. If I don't do it next week because I do have some filming to do, then I'll try and do it the week after that. I'm not entirely sure, but right now I'm just doing some kind of YouTube planning stuff. It is Saturday night, so I am going to head up to bed to do some more reading, but I want to show you some fall decorations too, because I got these towels that are the cutest. I have been collecting Wiener Dog merch for my entire life, and I actually have some Halloween towels that I think I've shown in a vlog before, and I was like, I got these even though I don't have a Wiener Dog and like I live at home, but now I can actually use those. I just need to take them out. I also need to take out my fall clothes because it's getting chilly, so I think it's time to put away my like tank tops and everything like that. I don't think I'm going to have an opportunity to wear them again. But I also picked up these little candle holders. I need to get candles for them, but they also have little wiener dogs, so I got a couple of those. And then they also had these ones that has just like all sorts of dogs on it. It also has a wiener dog on it, but it has like a Chihuahua, Dalmatian, Corgi, Beagle, a Pug, Golden Retriever, Scottish Terrier, a little French Bulldog, Boston Terrier, they look the same, Corgi, I don't know if I said that already, but yeah, it's really cute. So I actually went to my parents' house earlier earlier today and I went with the purpose of getting my pumpkins. So I have some pumpkins that I used to decorate my shelves in previous years, but now I'm going to use them to decorate like the whole house and everything. But we have to find them because there's a bunch of the pumpkins that have mysteriously gone missing. So we're gonna try and find them tomorrow and next weekend. Tomorrow I'm going over again to, what was I going over to do? To go through the books that are in the garage. I've told you guys before that I have a ton of books in my parents' garage and I'm gonna go through them and all the stuff that I have out there. I didn't get the chance to do it before I moved and then COVID and everything happened and I just haven't gotten the chance to yet, but now I'm going to go over and figure that out. So I might do a video with that. I'm not exactly sure what the video would entail, but I might try and do something. I was just moving stuff though because I wanted to show you what I did for our dining room table here. So I got a little table runner here that's very sparkly and it has like leaves all over it. And then I got these really fun pine cone candle holders, which I feel like were cute because they're good for fall, but I feel like I could also use them in winter. Like, I don't know, maybe they were made for winter. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm gonna get a couple of candles here and like, I'll just have like orange and red for fall, but then I can change it to like, I don't know, silver and gold for winter. I don't really know what I'm doing. I just know that I wanted to decorate a little bit. But yeah, I got pretty much all this stuff at Winners and Home Sense. I also picked up this nice blanket for our couch because it's like a super nice rusty orangey red that I felt like would look very nice for fall. I'm hoping to find some fall pillows. I just haven't really found any yet. And then I also got one more thing in here that's very fragile. So this I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to keep it yet, but it is this snow globe and it's like a little book stack. So I liked that a lot, but I've had it in there so it's all messed up. Let me just shake it. There we go. They've kind of started to move, but it has a little cat and like a pumpkin and stuff in it. I think it's super cute. I'm just like, did I need it? No. So that's why I'm kind of debating if I want to return it or not, but I also feel like it's adorable. I'm having a lot of fun kind of decorating the house for fall because I do have Christmas decorations that I got last year, but I haven't really decorated around the house a ton. I have a little bit, but like not really art on the walls or anything because we're not staying here forever. And like when we move, it's gonna kind of be a last minute thing. So I don't really want to like put that much into decorating until we move. So I'm kind of waiting, but it has been really nice to kind of like make stuff my own and have like an aesthetically pleasing space. Sorry, the dog's chasing the cat, but I do really hope that I can find some pillows to match this because I want to put it on the couch, but I also want some pillows that match it. But yeah, that's really all I wanted to update you guys on. Now for the rest of the night, I'm going to do some reading and I will hopefully remember to update you guys a little bit later because I've been kind of bad about that this week and I'm sorry. Hey guys, so it's Sunday and I'm actually going to wrap up the reading vlog here. So I read a total of 3 books this week and I'm really happy about that. This actually was a bit of a shorter reading vlog than you guys are used to and I hope that's okay with you guys. So as per usual, I'll give you my ratings for these books now. I will go into further thoughts when I do a recent reads video, but this week I finished my first fantasy of the year, which is The House of Salt and Sorrows by Erin A. Craig, and I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. Next, I listened to the audiobook for Ironcast by Destiny Soria, which I gave a 3 out of 5 stars. And finally, I listened to the audiobook for Shiny Broken Pieces by Danielle Clayton and Sona Chirai Potra, and I gave this a 3 out of 5 stars as well. I actually read both a sequel and a fantasy this week, so who am I? I don't know, but killing it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this week's reading vlog. Thank you very much once again to Function of Beauty for sponsoring it, and I will see you next week with another one. Bye!